Hello and welcome to my channel, Hugekraken58 and Puzzles. My name is Romain and in the game I am known as Hugekraken58. I started playing this game on November 4th, 2018. I remember searching on the Google Play Store for any game to play that I could use to just pass some time. And I like card games, puzzle games and RPGs. So when I saw Empires and Puzzles was a mixture of two of my favorite genre, I gravitated towards it immediately. The biggest challenges I faced playing this game are the length of time it takes to upgrade the stronghold and the buildings. It starts off quick, but then it goes to some long periods of time, weeks, and the fact that summons can be really awful at times. And speaking of summons, I'd like to share some of my luckier summons, and these won't be in any particular or chronological order or anything. Okay, so the first one I want to share, Lepiota from season 4. The first time the portal was opened, I had 350 gems. I just did a summons and was lucky enough to pull her. And she's been a good addition to my roster. I maxed her pretty much immediately. The next lucky summon I had was Mickey from the Tavern of Legends. And we all know how useful he can be and where he can be most useful. Alright, the next lucky summons was Sinan from the Slayer event. I managed to pull him the first time the Slayer event came around, and I maxed him pretty much immediately as well because I needed a strong purple 5-star that hits multiple heroes. And recently, from the last Slayer event, I pulled a second one, but I doubt I will level him. I'll probably use him in the soul exchange. The next hero I want to touch on quickly is Baldur from season 3. I managed to pull him with using 350 gems from a single pull. Yeah. I mainly use him for map stages. I sometimes use him in raids, but because of his randomness, he can be a bad idea to use him there. But he's especially effective now on the season 5 map stages, especially with the usage of the correct amulets. The next hero I want to talk about, Grimble. He was the hero of the month for December 2019. I managed to pull him when he was hero of the month, and I saw his potential immediately as well, and I saw how fiends were becoming a real thing on many of the defenses I was facing. So that's why I ended up maxing him. But I couldn't make use of his full potential just yet because I did not have the emblems or the correct level mana troops to make full use of him. But now that I do, he's been fantastic on my minion destroying team. And the last hero I want to talk about is actually a season 1. It was the first 5-star hero I pulled from any portal. I actually pulled Kagan from the Atlantis portal a few months after I had started playing the game. So yeah, he was my first 5-star, and I was a bit turned off by the slow speed, but I still leveled him, and I still find use for him both in rush attack and in the tower events. Alright, so I mentioned Soul Exchange before. I'd like to share what heroes I chose from the Soul Exchanges. For the first one, I chose Guardian Chameleon, because I really like playing the Mythic Titan events, and I needed more heroes suited for it, so that's why I chose him. And green is a color I lack heroes for. And I also, from the last Soul Exchange event, I wanted to choose Mother North, but I did not have enough 5-star heroes to trade in, so I chose what I consider to be the next best thing, Lady of the Lake. I still needed more greens, so I chose her, and she's been fantastic. I've max emblemed her, and I used her in the last Rush Attack 5-star tournament, and I did fairly well. Next, I want to touch briefly on the value of being in an active alliance. When I started, first I want to give a shout out to my current alliance, Mount Olympus. They've been valuable. They've been a valuable team. They are valuable teammates, and I'm glad I chose to stick around and play with them. We do very well in wars, and we defeat 14-star titans every day for quite a while now. And I also want to give a shout out to the first alliance I joined when I started playing the game, Jamaicans. I learned quite a bit about the game from them, and I'm grateful to them for what they taught me. After a while, the activity in that alliance went way down, and I had to make the tough decision to leave. But I still think on that, and yeah. Oh boy, I like that part. So I want to conclude this video by saying that I'm looking forward to making more content and uploading, and the next video will be a roster video, both for my heroes and my troops.